Hello, welcome to School Matters. Thank you for joining us for our program today. Today we're talking about some of our youngest students in Cleveland County Schools, and our first guest is Dr. Jason Parker. He's Director of Elementary Education and Federal Programs. We'll throw that in there too, but we're talking about the first half of the title today.
Correct.
If you don't mind, just to kind of kick things off, give us a little bit about your background and experience.
Sure, I'd be glad to. Thank you for hosting me this afternoon. I'm honored to serve as Director of Elementary Education for Cleveland County Schools. It's one of the best jobs out there. Before transitioning to this position, I was a school principal in Cleveland County. Prior to that, I spent a few years over at Gardner-Webb training future teachers, which was an interesting perspective. And before that, I was a teacher and an administrator in Burke County Public Schools.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So a lot of good experience to draw from, from the littles to the adults.
That's right.
So that's great. Well, we're here to talk about an upcoming event,
Correct.
K-Day.
That's right.
Kindergarten Day. Tell us about that and why it's so important.
That's right. So each year in Cleveland County Schools, especially as we're to this point in the school year, we are already working about enrolling students for the next school year, which is 2025-2026. And as crazy as it sounds, our kindergartners who start school next school year will graduate high school in the year 2038,
wow,
which is hard to even grasp your understanding. But at K-Day, we roll out the red carpet for our brand new Cleveland County school students and their parents to bring them in to their elementary school, to start to orient them about what school life will be like when they become a kindergartner in the fall. And over the past couple of years, our team as well as our school principals have put a lot of work into K-Day to rebrand it and to really increase the opportunities that parents and students have while they are with us for a few hours on March 14th. So it's a busy time, but when parents come and families come and bring their child, of course, the children go down to a real kindergarten classroom, have experiences in that classroom that mimic what kindergarten is going to be like once August rolls around. And we are able to collect some valuable information on those students to present to parents, to help parents work over the summer on those last minute things that they can do to really prepare a student to be successful in kindergarten. This year, to be eligible for kindergarten, a child needs to be 5 years old on or before August 31st, 2025.
Okay.
That's not a Cleveland County Schools deadline, that's a state of North Carolina deadline. So again, 8/31/2025, they have to be 5 years old by that date, and that deems them eligible for kindergarten. In addition to the student opportunities on K-Day, our parents also have a wonderful opportunity that day to meet their child's principal, to meet the teachers, to meet a variety of school staff and really help them understand all the opportunities that will come their child's way once school begins in the fall.
And you said K-Day again is March 14th.
Yes, Friday, March 14th.
Is there anything parents need to do? If they have a student of the correct age, do they register or just show up?
Absolutely. If you're out there listening to this, I would write down this website because everything is digitized in this day and age, but it's goteamccs.org/enrollccs. Once parents, go to that website, the application, everything that we need can be communicated via that portal. But just in case someone needs some additional help, they can obviously call their child's elementary school, and we have some computers available there and some staff members who can assist parents through that process.
It's such an exciting day. I remember my own children going to K-Day and thinking, okay, I'm ready for school now. They were ready to go the very next day, but it's not quite how it works.
That's right.
But it is a fun day. So appreciate all that you and your team do to welcome those students and get them excited.
That's right. I'm blessed to work with the best. We put a lot of hard work in welcoming students before they're even one of our students here in Cleveland County Schools.
So they will start school in the fall, in August.
Yep.
How does a parent register their child for school, for kindergarten? Is it this K-Day does it, or is there more to do after that?
Sure. Ultimately, we would love for all of our families in advance of K-Day, so in advance of March 14th, to go ahead and visit our website. Again, goteamccs.org/enrollccs. Once they're there, they can create an account, give us all of their students' information that we need, They can complete their registration electronically, and ultimately, by the time they show up for K-Day, for parents who really read the application carefully, they could have completed all the requirements already by K-Day to have their child fully registered for the fall.
Okay, well, if they don't know what school their child will attend, will they get some response, or what can they do?
Sure, they're more than welcome to call the main number at our essential services. We obviously have folks who can help them, because if they're right on the school zone boundary line, it is a little tricky to know which
Right,
elementary school
right.
they could attend.
Okay, now there are some health requirements too that are
Yes.
required by the state.
That's right.
Talk about that.
Sure thing. And that's probably one of the biggest hiccups to kindergarten registration is in the public school system, we're held responsible for ensuring that these health requirements are completed. So probably the piece of the registration that gives parents the most heartache is the child's doctor has to complete a kindergarten health assessment. And that does take that takes an appointment with the pediatrician in order to get a certain form completed. And depending on the pediatrician office, they could be rather backed up with appointments. So we encourage them to go ahead and call, make an appointment if they have not done so already, to make sure that those requirements, which are not a big deal now, don't become an even bigger deal later once we get into the kindergarten year. In addition to the kindergarten health assessment, there are also a certain battery of immunizations that also are required for students when they start school. All of our pediatricians here in the area are awesome. They are well aware of that blue form that must go in to complete a child's kindergarten enrollment, but encourage parents to go ahead and call and make sure the appointment's scheduled.
Okay, all right, so go ahead and get that appointment, get your health requirements, their immunizations, all of that taken care of, and go to the website and
That's right.
register
And
enroll.
Yeah, one more thing, Ms. Benfield, I can add, we have incredible partnerships over at the Cleveland County Health Department too. They work with us a lot. So I do want to promote, they are also able to complete a health assessment.
Okay.
I'll be happy to give that phone number to our audience today. That dedicated phone line, if you need a health assessment done by the health department, is 980-484-5274.
Great.
So that's right here in Shelby. That's something that the health department is great at. They also offer immunizations on demand. You don't have to have an appointment to get any of your child's immunizations. You literally can just show up while they're open and get those taken care of.
Okay, that's good information.
That's right.
Thanks for sharing that. So, how do parents help their child be prepared?
Sure thing. I think your next guest is going to really get into the details with
Okay.
some phonics instruction, but first and foremost, get them registered for K-Day and make sure that March 14th is circled on your calendar. That is a day that is full of information for parents as well as for students, and really acclimating them to what it's going to be like as a kindergartner in Cleveland County schools. A big part of that this year is we have a brand new kindergarten readiness guide that will be given to parents at K-Day. It is full of information. It's written for the parent's point of view. They literally can take this guide over the summer and get their student prepared even more so in the various domains that are needed that would lead to success in the kindergarten school year. So
That's great.
folks have to come to K-Day to get one of these, but make sure people are registered and show up at their elementary school.
And is K-Day the better part of the day, certain hours? or-
Sure thing. Each school starts their K-Day at a little bit different time.
Okay.
Most of our elementary schools will open the doors around 8:30, with the K-Day program starting at 9. And I would budget a couple of hours at the elementary school by the time the parent meeting takes place and the child goes down to the kindergarten classrooms. And we always build in time for parents to ask questions while you have all of those school staff members gathered together at one place. We want K-Day to be an opportunity for parents to feel fully confident in our school system. We believe that Cleveland County Schools is the first and best choice for education in Cleveland County. So there's multitudes of people there who can answer any question that a parent may have and really help them feel good about sending their child over to kindergarten.
Okay, so March 14th.
Yes, ma'am.
K-Day for Cleveland County
Yes, ma'am.
Schools. Go to the website. Give us
Yes.
the website one more time.
Let me just advertise clevelandcountyschools.org.
Okay.
There's lots of hyperlinks there that will take you to enrollment. Really, clevelandcountyschools.org is the one-stop shop, and you can navigate your way over to our enrollment portal.
Okay, and then make that appointment with the pediatrician
Yes.
or go to the health department and
Yes.
get their physical exam.
That's right.
And their vaccinations.
That's right.
And they're ready to go.
Those are big things for kindergarten that can put a child on the pathway to success now.
Absolutely, get them off on the right foot for the class of 2038. I can't believe
2038, that's right.
Amazing.
That's right.
But so exciting. Thank you so much
Absolutely.
for being here.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with more after this.
Tune in to Senior Moments here on C19 TV. I am Jackie Sibley Newton with Terabella Assisted Living. Whether you are a senior planning for your own future or helping someone make decisions, Senior Moments has got information to share. We talk about the wealth of services, activities, and healthy living options available to you here in our area. That's Senior Moments on C19 and also on C19.tv.
Welcome back to School Matters. Our second guest today here to talk about some of our youngest students in Cleveland County Schools is Lisa Smith. Welcome to Lisa, and you are a district literacy coach for Cleveland County Schools. Appreciate you being here today.
Sure, of course.
We're talking about kindergarten and
Yes.
K-Day and
Our littlest learners.
I know,
So-
such an exciting time.
So thank you for allowing me to come and
Sure.
share with you today.
Yeah,
I'm excited to be
absolutely.
here. So I'm a
Absolutely.
literacy coach for the district, but most importantly, I am a teacher. I'm a retired teacher. I taught first grade forever, and I now have like the best job. There's a lot of news
Now,
right
Dr.
now.
Parker said he had the best job. So
Did he really?
He did.
Well, he's mistaken. But I have a great job. There's a lot of talk about jobs in the news right now where people are saying, what do you do with your job? And so I'm glad you asked that, like what I do, because it's easy for me to talk about. I work with lots of great teachers. I'm in classrooms every day around our district. I go to several schools a day, and I help teachers with implementation of our phonics program, which is our Reading Horizons curriculum.
Okay.
So I spend a lot of time in classrooms modeling lessons for teachers, helping teachers by co-teaching with them, doing coaching with teachers to help improve implementation of our curriculum and to make sure that our students are getting the best phonics instruction.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
So
very
a lot of other things I do is I work with small groups, like we look at data. Reading Horizons has a daily skill check, so we use that data to inform our instruction. And so based on that data that comes up automatically at the end of the lesson, after students take a little 5-minute skill check, we can adjust our instruction of what students need. And so we look at data. I help principals look at data to make changes in our instruction.
Okay, very
Yes,
good.
yeah.
Now, do you work with all elementary teachers or certain grade levels or
So
subjects?
I work with K-3. We have
Okay.
Reading Horizons. This is our first year that we've been working with third grade teachers. So we added third grade this year, and we've seen a lot of growth in our phonics and reading instruction because of that. But it's K-3, it's the program. And so I work with principals looking at data. I work with instructional coaches looking at how we can best support our students and our teachers.
Okay, great. Well, since you specialize in phonics instruction, talk about how important that is to a child becoming successful in terms of their reading.
Right, and it's so important. You know, every parent wants their child to be successful in school, and we all think about reading, but phonemic awareness and letter knowledge are the best indicators of how well a student is going to do in school, especially in the first 2 years. And what's really nice about phonemic awareness is you don't have to have any specific materials. It's something that you can just talk to your kid about. Phonemic awareness is just a fancy way of saying you're going to play with sounds. So it's looking at how you can rhyming words, counting syllables, how you can blend sounds together to make a word, how you can break sounds apart. So just think of it as playing with sounds. And so those are some of the skills that we work on with Reading Horizons, are those phonemic awareness and, of course, letter knowledge. In the Reading Horizons program, the lesson consists of every day students are engaged with phonemic awareness, which that's pretty nice because it's very tactile. There's movement involved. We'll do some, and I'll show you some in a few minutes, maybe.
Okay.
And then the next part of the lesson is the phonics part, which is the decoding of the letters. And then we move into spelling, and then there's the most common words, where you think about those as sight words, words that you see every day over and over, like and many, those kind of words. Like you probably, when you were in school, we had flashcards, and those are those kind of words that we practiced during that part of the lesson. And then the final part of the lesson is the fluency part, and that's where they're doing decodable passages, reading decodable sentences, and they're working on fluency. And then, of course, you have comprehension parts that you can add to that piece as well. So the whole lesson has 5 major parts in a Reading Horizon lesson.
Okay. Well, Reading Horizons sounds like an awesome curriculum. But what are some things parents can do at home? What can they do at home when their child's not in school, or even their kindergartners before they're starting school, to help build those phonics skills?
Yeah, of course. So there's lots of little things that you can do. One of them, of course, is just talking to your student, talking to your child, asking questions, asking about their day, what kind of games they like to play, just spending that time asking questions and having some conversation. That seems easy to do, but it's really important. It's just building that language. And then, of course, another one is reading with your student, reading with your child. Rhyming words, like looking for things that you can make where they can hear rhymes. Like one game you might could do that's really easy is like, I'm thinking of an animal. Can you tell me an animal that rhymes with the word wig? What would be an animal that would rhyme with wig?
Wig.
Wig.
Pig.
Pig. Let's think of an animal that rhymes with boat.
Goat.
Right, so see how easy that is, but you're building those rhyming words. Even going to the grocery store, you can build phonemic awareness by saying, look, there's a pineapple. Let's count the parts in the pineapple, so the sounds or the syllables in pineapple. Pineapple.
Okay.
So, or you can say, there's an apple. How many sounds do you hear in apple? How many parts? Apple. So you can make going to the grocery store or going to Walmart a little phonics lesson.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, so there's some other things that we can do also that are specific to Reading Horizons, and hopefully when your parents come to the K-Day, they'll see some of this in action. But we talked about phonemic awareness being a key indicator of a student's success with reading. And so one of the things that we do to build phonemic awareness is we play with sounds. So if I give you a word, let's see, how about the word rug? And you would say rug back, and then we're going to break down the sounds in rug. So it looks like this. R, UGG rug. You want to try one?
Sure.
You
I feel like I'm
ready?
being tested today.
You are. You
Okay.
can do this.
Okay.
So if I give you the word mop,
Mop.
we're going to break the word mop down into sounds, and we're going to start here on our arm. Mop. What's the word?
Mop.
Very good.
Okay.
See how easy that is? So that's something
Yeah.
parents can do at home that doesn't require any materials. You're just tapping out sounds
Yeah.
on your arm.
Okay. Very good.
Another one that they might could do is when you isolate a sound. So if we have the word like cake, so I'd say cake, and then we would say the word cake, and then I would tap up here at the top for the first sound. So what's the first sound in cake? Cake. And what's the first sound? Very good. So
Okay.
then, of course, you can also have them point to the middle for the middle sound. And then if we said the word like hat, and I tapped at the bottom of my arms, that would be the ending sound, the t sound.
Okay. Very good.
So anywhere you go, you can practice those skills.
Yeah, some fun little
Yeah.
games. And it's so amazing to me. I remember with my own children how quickly they learn to read.
Exactly.
In kindergarten, I mean, they don't even finish first grade
Right.
usually, and they're off to the races.
Right. So in the Reading Horizons curriculum, students in kindergarten start reading sentences very early. In the very earliest lessons, they're already reading some decodable words and decodable sentences. And then it moves really quickly into decodable passages. So they can experience the success of reading in kindergarten. And so when parents come to K-Day, they'll be able to ask questions of teachers, and they'll have some time where they can see a lesson maybe presented and how that structure looks of the Reading Horizon lesson.
Okay. It's just amazing how fast that
Yeah.
happens. Did we cover everything as far as like what parents will learn at K-Day, or is there anything else
Right.
we should share?
I believe they'll have a chance to ask some questions of teachers
Okay.
and probably see some of the activities they do. But I do want to put a plug in for an exciting event coming up in the fall that upcoming kindergartners will have the chance to attend.
Okay.
Last year we had our first Ready to Read night. It was sponsored by Reading Horizons and Cleveland County Schools, and it was a fun and eventful night for our parents to come and actually see a Reading Horizon lesson being taught, and also have strategies for teaching reading shared with them. The
Oh,
other
great.
really nice thing is that parents left with materials and games that they could use with their kids at home. And so we're going to have one of the Ready to Read night will be this fall, probably in September. So be on the lookout for that
Okay.
information, because it's a fun night. You can bring your kids. Dinner's provided, and then you'll leave with some fun prizes and some good materials to help your kid with reading at home.
Okay. Such a wonderful service.
It's a
and
great
event.
resource, and you know, we're
Yes.
lucky to have a really good partnership with Reading Horizons, that they help us sponsor this activity this night, and they provide a lot of support for our teachers as well.
So lots of great things coming up for parents for K3, but especially our K-Day
Right.
on March 14th. We want to be sure parents know to come on out. They'll get some good information.
Yes, and we're
by
looking
being
forward to
there.
meeting our youngest learners.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much. It
Of
was fun to
course.
play along. I hope I
Yeah,
passed the
you
test.
did a great job.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us for this edition of School Matters.
School Matters is a production of the Communications Department of the Cleveland County School System. For additional information, visit our website at www.clevelandcountyschools.org.